What was your first year in Cambridge like? Were there adjustments that you had to make? What was your first year like?
The main adjustment was to the living alone is different. The independence, both like living situation and also academically. So I think that level of independence, it was hard to adjust to. At the end of first year, I got diagnosed with ADHD. So it sort of explained the struggles I was having, especially like in lectures and having to note take and also understand what's being said, or in close supervision groups where I'm losing concentration at times and not being able to keep up with what's going on. Cambridge really requires a level of hard work that you haven't seen anywhere else. So if you already have that culture of hard work, even though you might not be as academically gifted as other people, in Cambridge, if you work hard, you will do better than those people that are academically more gifted than you.
Make sure the time that you have is put into the best things.
Yeah.
There's a lot that you can say and show for that time. You've made that decision, put in the hard work, and now you could be like, okay, cool, this is my degree from Cambridge, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So 3 different degrees from Cambridge. That's the black excellence that I just want people to see. Because like you said, there's so many of us who just won't even conceive of particular things because they've never seen somebody that looks like they're doing it. Guys, as you lot know, this channel talks a lot about investing for your kids. Junior ISAs, child benefit, starting early. But money without the mind to use it well only goes so far. And today I want to speak to someone who's a great example of both sides of that equation. My good brother here, Nimi, is a Cambridge University graduate who has completed his intercalated degree in natural sciences, specializing in psychology, and is continuing his journey towards becoming a doctor. Getting into Cambridge, we already know that's impressive, but graduating from Cambridge is even more so. But what interests me most, right, isn't just a degree, it's the mindset. It's the discipline. It's the consistency that it took to earn it. And on this channel, as you guys know, we believe freedom is the greatest asset. And one of the best investments you can ever make is in yourself. So today we're going to be exploring Nimi's journey, what Cambridge taught him, and what parents and young people can learn from it. So Nimi, good morning. Welcome to Freedom is Capital, man. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for joining us, man. Now, a lot of people don't know that I host... one of 5 hosts on a daily show called The Day After. So guys, you can check that out, yeah? And you've been on that show 3 years ago. So this is when you first left Brampton Manor, go A stars in his A-levels, but we're going to get into that, right? And you were just starting the journey of Cambridge, yeah? And honestly, I'm super proud of you, yeah? But that 3 years has flown by. Has it flown by for you as well?
Yeah, 100%. It's definitely last year that I was, or even yesterday that I was here talking about my A-levels. But yeah, definitely flown by.
What would you say you remember most about that conversation 3 years ago?
Just how shy I was. I was talking quite low on the mic. That's what I remember. But I remember how warm, how like I could feel like everyone was proud of me without knowing me.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah, I mean, it was amazing because I remember, I think on Twitter, your picture was posted. I think either Brampton did it.
Yeah, Brampton, yeah.
Yeah. So I was just seeing so many black kids just like posting their results. And I was just thinking, what? Where is this? Because I think at the time I never heard of Brampton Manor. You know what I'm saying? So then just to see all that excellence coming out of this one establishment, I was like, what's going on there? Then obviously we found out that you listened to the show, right?
Yeah.
And then obviously we invited you on the show. And the rest is history, man. But in terms of your journey, in terms of, I guess, kind of how you saw the past 3 years, did it go how you expected?
Yes and no.
Okay.
I think when you're going to Cambridge, you already expect the cliche of hard work and you're going to need a lot of perseverance and all of that stuff. But I think living it is definitely different.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think academically, I expected hard work. It was more than I expected. I think when you say hard work, your expectation of hard work is limited to what you've experienced so far.
That's your reference point.
Yeah, my reference point is the hard work I'd put in previously, not knowing that I'm gonna have to increase my capacity. But yeah, I think that was definitely different.
Yeah.
Socially, it was. I feel like I belonged more than I thought I would. If that makes sense. Like I felt a sense of belonging, but in terms of like I was able to find my people and thrive there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Would you say that's something that surprised you though? Was you expecting to find your people on that? Or
I thought it'd be harder.
okay.
I thought it'd be difficult, more difficult. But I also knew that I'd come with people from my sixth form to university, so I thought I'd just stick there. But I was surprised as how easy it was to find people outside of the Brampton cohort.
Yeah.
That sort of I related to and I could be comfortable with.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, before we get to Cambridge, I want to ask about the foundation, because education is key, right? And I feel like that foundation should anyway start at home.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming, right, that obviously your parents raised you in a particular way that gave you the tools and prepared you for Cambridge in some capacity, or just excellence. You know what I'm saying? Am I right in saying that?
Yeah, 100%. I think growing up, it was like nothing less was expected. If that makes sense. I've always had like good examples of what excellent. I think my parents they didn't just preach that I should be excellent. They also like showed examples of it. My mum got a PhD when I was still young.
Wow.
So and I saw the hard work that went into that. My dad has 2 different master's degrees. And I like seeing them strive as well. We always, me and my brother always knew that like nothing less was expected of us. But yeah.
So, okay. So with your brother now, how old is your brother now?
He is 16.
Okay, cool. Do you feel like your parents changed their approach though with him, seeing as he's quite a bit, younger than you?
Yeah. I think I did. I think people have different interests. So my brother has always been more creative in terms of like writing, drawing, even sport as well. He played a lot more sport than I did. So my parents had to switch up how they like what they were striving excellence for.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
It wasn't like a blanket, okay, this is what excellence is to me and you must fit this.
Yeah, I think they switched that.
Okay.
Also because they saw sometimes when they tried to do it with me, they saw like I rebelled from it. Like,
okay.
So my father, his background is like IT, software engineering, So that's what he would want me to do.
Okay.
And he would try to teach me different coding languages, but I was because I think that was forced upon me. I wasn't interested. I think they understood that and they switched it up for my little brother.
Okay.
Now, yeah.
Now, a lot of time, especially on this channel, I like to talk about stuff like in a very practical way. So that if somebody had it laid out for them, they could do those same things. Yeah. What did your day look like from? Let's go back to primary school. Like obviously, like you came back from school and whatnot, but was there some sort of regimented schedule for you guys?
Yeah, I think there was just a rule from early that there was no playing games, watching TV during the week. Like from early, for as long as I remember, honestly. I knew that it's only Friday evening and Saturday evening after I'd done all my homework that I was able to go on my PlayStation or watch YouTube. So during the week, it was come home, eat, relax, do your homework, do it extra. So my parents always, especially my dad, he always like pressed on me to read ahead, to always be ahead of the class, do more than what is taught in the class. So yeah, that was just sort of normal.
And this is from like even like primary school?
Yeah, 100%.
So was your mum like and dad like very involved in maybe reading to you guys when you were young, making you read? And at what stage did they kind of leave you to have that independent learning?
Yeah, I'll say from early in primary school, my parents, my mum, because I think she took a break out of her career. Okay. And she just sort of focused on me and my brother. Sort of all my homework she would do with me, or like she would supervise me as I do it. Reading, she taught me how to tell the time, and she was. Do you remember she was on me for that? I remember being like 6, like just knowing that I had to like, okay, I'm learning how to tell the time right now. But yeah, my those early years, my mum was definitely just like I had that hands-on approach, and then I think she sort of obviously gave me more freedom as I go into like she sort of just. But she switched from my brother. My brother, she was more hands on for longer. I think she just sort of knew that I could do it on my own from and she just sort of expected it of me. Like if I wasn't, then she'd be on me. But she sort of left me. She knew, okay, Nimi, you have to read ahead. You do your homework. Make sure you sort that out. So I sort of just knew I had to do it. Yeah.
Okay, so when you got to like secondary school though, this is now, I'm assuming, obviously, like you just said, like you just kind of handled it for yourself.
Yeah.
Was there like, did you approach work in a completely different way to maybe your peers? And did you go to like a normal state school? Did you go private school, grammar school?
So I did the 11 plus for grammar school.
Okay.
I got in, but I was moving areas, so I couldn't attend the grammar school. So I ended up going to just a
normal state school.
Normal state school, yeah.
Okay.
So I was just sort of, you should do your homework, but it was more. They weren't on me day to day.
Okay.
They would just if they would open up my room if I'm not doing my work, it's sort of they're on to me there. But it was more okay when it's like parents' evening. They want to hear that. They want to hear that I'm excelling, or like they want to hear good reports. So it was more that, not that they were just like hands. They weren't hands on anymore. Sort of just up to me. But I think studying. What's funny is that I don't necessarily remember studying like I do obviously sixth form and like or late secondary school. Like early doors, I think it was sort of easy.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Just to make sure I do my homework.
Yeah.
And
it's easy just to get by. It's easy to grasp certain things.
Yeah, but I think that comes from like the foundation of from early. I was like reading ahead, so I feel like I was like more advanced than some of my peers. Also, because I had moved from Nigeria when I was 7.
Okay.
So, and in Nigeria, like I'd already been introduced to algebra.
Yeah.
So like I remember when I first moved to my primary school.
Yeah.
I remember like they were doing. I don't know. I can't remember what they were doing.
Yeah.
But like I started crying in class because I felt like it was too easy.
Yeah.
Because the fear was that I had been held back. So,
yeah.
So I think what sort of helped me or carried me is that I was from those like foundations of like I had to study more, I had to do this. It sort of carried me into secondary school. I wasn't necessarily studying, and I was also like in the years where I'm sort of like making friends and like not necessarily focusing on school like that. So that sort of helped me into those early like year 7, year 8, year 9 years where we're not necessarily doing GCSE content. Yeah.
Okay. And obviously with GCSE though, you obviously thrived in that, right?
Yeah.
And what was the process of getting into Brampton?
Yeah. So I think for my year it was just your GCSE results. I think in the years. So there was GCSE results, and then after you done your GCSE, there was like an interview. But it wasn't necessarily. It was like if they shortlist you for interview, you're pretty much in. Okay. It was just what subjects you want to do. Okay. But some people after the interview didn't get in because, say, if they wanted to do chemistry, but they didn't get a 9, which is A-star equivalent. Yeah. Or they got an 8 instead, which is actually also A-star, but there's like the differentiation. Yeah. But if they might not be able to do chemistry at Brampton. Okay. So they might say, okay, I want to do chemistry, might go somewhere else because they want to do chemistry. But in Brampton, they wouldn't be able to. So that was the interview format. Okay. I think for years below me, they started doing interviews before that as sort of like a elimination process. Yeah. But for us, for my year, I think my GCSE was 2021. So the year after people come back from COVID. Yeah. So yeah, it was just GCSE grades. Okay. Now, Brampton Manor, they get more students into Oxbridge than most private schools in the entire country, right? What do you think they do differently, in your experience, from the inside, that makes that even happen? I think it's a combination of different things. Okay. I think if you get a bunch of teenagers with high achieving in their GCSEs and clearly have high potential, and you have them in the same like sort of same environment where there's like not intentionally, but there's an element of like competition. You're going to get people that thrive from that competition and rise.
Yeah.
So that's that. And I also think they have really, really good teachers. Teachers that went to Russell Group universities, or they do really well in their field. That teach at the school. And then we also have like a specific access team, which specialize in university applications and especially Oxbridge applications. So I think they understand like the ins and outs of like application, what you need to do, what you need to have in place, the things like you need to accomplish by this date. They would help you do that, and they sort of and with the interview that I had after my GCSEs, after they sort of accepted me into the sixth form, they were sort of like, okay, what do you want to study at university? You can be sure, you can not be sure. They might say, okay, you're doing these subjects, maybe this, and then they sort of give you like a rough pathway to that, and they sort of the access team helps you along the way. So having that specialized access team is, I think, is the main reason for when it comes to the Oxbridge
the applications and stuff.
But yeah, the results when it comes to like A-level results, I think it's just a combination of good teachers and also like a melting pot of highly talented people.
So so pretty much the environment, the school's culture and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
As well as obviously you guys coming in with a certain mentality and mindset anyway.
Yeah.
That kind of fostered that greatness. So Cambridge. So you turn up to Cambridge, yeah? What was it like? Like, was it kind of daunting? What were you thinking? What's the first thoughts in your mind?
Yeah, I think it's definitely daunting because it's Cambridge.
Yeah.
Like I never thought, like, if you asked me in year 11, like what university I'm gonna go, like Cambridge wouldn't have been a thought. Like I didn't really think of Cambridge as an option until I was in Brampton.
Why is that though?
I think it's a combination of just like there's no one around me that never like in my secondary school no one went to those places. Like there was just no one around me that had done it. So I just never thought of it as an option until I went to Brampton, and then you see people that have done it, and then like there's like a push, and you see other people that are achieving it. So then it just never was an option. So when I got there, it was quite daunting, definitely, because I just thought like I'm here and in this big place where there's lots of different history. I remember my matriculation. You sort of like do a ceremony where you have a formal dinner, and then you walk into like a little room, and you write your name in a book, and it goes back. My college is 700 years old, so it goes back 700 years. There's names from 700 years ago, and I just found it so funny, like someone with my name.
Yeah, can you imagine?
being Yoruba, if someone with my name is in this book, like the people 700 years ago would have never thought,
for real,
would have never thought that someone with my name would be in this book. So it was just crazy. So yeah.
Was there like obviously I'm assuming you felt like proud, but was there an additional weight on you because of that?
Yeah, 100%. Because I think when I first got into Cambridge, I turned up at church and sort of everyone knew. Everyone knew I got into Cambridge, and without me saying it, but obviously because my parents, they were happy, they would tell everyone. So like you sort of feel, like everyone thinks this of me, everyone expects this of me, but I've never had that level of expectation when it comes to my parents and myself. But when it comes to now people are expecting greatness out of you.
Yeah.
So that pressure, that extra pressure is felt. Like I felt like I can't just like I can't come and not succeed, like because everyone is watching now.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So you definitely didn't go there and think, okay, cool, I'm representing myself. I've got like the community, I've got the church, I've got the family that's looking at me and kind of watching me to some degree.
Yeah.
So how would you say that kind of made you think at certain times in those 3 years, okay, cool, I'm not gonna do this? Did it really guide your steps?
Yeah. And it also, like, it's that sort of pressure is like, it's a double-edged sword, because I think it definitely guided myself in terms of like, I can't come here and like misbehave. Like, so when people are getting into like different, all sorts of nonsense, like I just can't be one of them.
Yeah.
Like, so it definitely guided myself in terms of that. But because Cambridge is such a academically intensive place,
Yeah.
unlike anything like you've experienced before,
Mm-hmm.
so those times that you're struggling,
Mm-hmm.
the pressure, I think that sort of external pressure makes those times even worse.
Yeah. Okay.
Because you feel like you're not just letting yourself down. That makes sense. So it's a double-edged sword. It can motivate you and also like hamper you and sort of put pressure on you. That makes sense.
For many of us out here, like we just think Cambridge University,
Yeah.
but there's so many different colleges, right?
Yeah.
In Cambridge, can you break that down, like that system and what it's like? Yeah.
Yeah. So, obviously, there's different colleges that were, I think some of them were intended to be separate universities,
Oh, okay.
but then they joined
Okay.
and became under the branch of University of Cambridge.
Okay.
So you when you apply to Cambridge, you apply to a college, and different colleges or different areas, different accommodations, different professors, different resources. So you can go on the open day and sort of have a look and just see, okay, well, this college, like, and some colleges are known for certain things, certain subjects, like Downing, really known for producing really good lawyers. Selwyn's really good for having a good economics department and stuff like that. So when you're applying, you sort of know there's, so a lot of your Cambridge experience can be determined by which college you go to.
Okay.
Yeah, but then you go to lectures as with people from different colleges. So in lecture, you're just everyone that studies economics, everyone studies medicine, everyone that studies natural sciences. Yeah. You're just there, but you have separate, close, small supervision groups within your colleges.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So choosing a college isn't necessarily degree specific. There'll be other factors that mainly go into the college you choose.
Yeah. Okay. Also, some colleges offer less spaces for certain subjects, or they might not offer that subjects at all.
Okay.
It depends. So you just do your research around different colleges. Yeah.
Okay. So what was your first year in Cambridge like? Were there adjustments that you had to make? Like, what was your first year like?
Yeah, I think the main adjustment was to the, obviously, living alone is different. The independence becomes both like living situation and also academically. I think Brampton, there was a certain, obviously sixth form, there's obviously more independence than previously, but Brampton are quite hands-on. Okay. When it comes relative to other sixth form, when I talk to people from my secondary, I went to different sixth forms or different colleges. So I think that level of independence was hard to adjust to. Like certain things, okay, like independent learning. Like I remember in my first 2 weeks, I didn't know we had some anatomy lectures, but so I just thought we just had the anatomy lectures, but I didn't know they actually want you to independently learn most of anatomy. So when I had found out, I was already a bit behind. Yeah. So when I'm going into the dissection room, the cadavers and stuff, I'm like, people are saying stuff. I'm like, look, that wasn't in the lecture. Like, but I just didn't know. That's my fault. That's my that's my ignorance. But I think adjusting to that level of independence. Also, like, just I think I had a good time in the first term. Maybe too much of a good time. But I would say academically, I did struggle a bit. Okay. Like in ways that I just hadn't struggled before. So yeah.
Do you think that's because maybe Cambridge was just that intense and it's just a place where the absolute great minds go? Or do you feel like maybe you were a bit lax in certain things yourself? Like, what would you put it down to mostly?
I don't know. You know what it is? I think Cambridge invites some of the greatest minds in the world.
Yeah.
People that that haven't had to work as hard to get where they've gotten as other people.
Mm-hmm.
Some people have always had to work hard, and those people are actually the people that succeed the most because Cambridge really requires a level of hard work that you haven't seen anywhere else.
Yeah.
So if you already have that culture of hard work, you're going to even though you might not be as academically gifted as other people, if in Cambridge, if you work hard, you will do better than those people that are academically more gifted than you.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So it was just a level of hard work that I hadn't been exposed to. It's like adjusting to that, it was difficult. Then I also at the end of first year I got diagnosed with ADHD. So it sort of explained the struggles I was having, especially like in lectures and having to note take and also understand what's being said, like, or in close supervision groups where I'm losing concentration at times and not being able to keep up with what's going on. So I think I just had that adjustment period to that in the quite a drastic increase in workload and what's expected from sixth form to first year. Yeah.
You mentioned the ADHD diagnosis. Like, what brought that on? Was that something you said to yourself, okay, cool, I need to go and figure out if there's something going on, or was it highlighted from somebody else? What happened?
Yeah, it was highlighted from someone else. I just knew I was struggling.
Okay.
But I just thought it's just, this is a harder place.
Yeah.
I'm not as smart as I thought I was. Then you get that feeling of like imposter syndrome. Like I just got here by accident. Like that sort of feeling.
Yeah.
But one of my supervisors actually mentioned it to me. And the first time I mentioned it, I was just thought, okay, like you just, I'm struggling, I know, innit? But so he sort of mentioned it again, and I sort of looked more into it. And I'm thankful to my college, they managed to get me a private screening.
Oh, dope, nice.
For ADHD.
Yeah.
So yeah, then I was diagnosed, but it was through someone else noticing.
Yeah.
So which I'm really grateful for. Someone else noticing what was going on, and they thought that it wasn't just my intelligence.
Yeah.
My intelligence wasn't the problem. It was something else. Yeah.
I'm just thinking about the amount of people who are just walking around in life, that have got ADHD, you just don't know.
Yeah, 100%. That's the thing, because and there's people that would have achieved so much more if they had known, and there was provisions made for it. Yeah.
So what sort of provisions did Cambridge make for you then? Like, and what did you do differently so that you could adapt?
Yeah. I think the ADHD diagnosis, it put into context a lot of things that I already knew about myself.
Okay.
So I always knew that I was someone that my internal motivation was very inconsistent. So I relied on external factors, so like an impending deadline or an exam that would spike my adrenaline and drive me to hyperfocus. I knew if it was the last couple of weeks before the exam, I knew I was going to be doing ridiculous hours of work. But up until then, my motivation just up and down, and down. So I always knew this about myself, but obviously you puts it in context and makes it, you sort of, it just answers questions for you. That makes sense. So provisions that were made. So I was diagnosed with ADHD, and then they also noted that I had slow verbal and auditory processing, which explained why in lectures or in supervisions I was having difficulty understanding what's being said to me, and also making notes and just digesting that information that way. So provisions were made that I got every lecture recording sent to me. So that I could do things in my own time. If I need to go back and hear something again, and so everything could be done in my own time. So that definitely made things easier. I also recommended different strategies. to learn. Like I didn't have to. I think before that I was stuck in and because every other medical student is using Anki for flashcards.
Yeah.
I use Anki for flashcards, but I'm trying to do Anki for flashcards, and in 20 minutes I'm not even feel like my concentration has gone elsewhere.
Yeah.
I don't have the concentration to sit there and tap through cards.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I need to do something else. So if this Anki's not working today, what else can I do? I can make mind maps. I can sort of say it, I can blur. I can do different revision mechanisms to get what I need to get done. And also like I started writing. I noticed that my concentration is higher when there's lots of colors. So I started writing with my hand on I have an iPad using Apple Pencil. So I write different colors, bright colors, just so I'm focused for longer. I'm more engaged with my work. So yeah.
That's amazing, man. And it's so it's positive to hear that Cambridge kind of went above and beyond.
Yeah.
To make sure that was done for you. You know what I'm saying? Because like you said earlier, there's so many brilliant minds out there who are just doing certain things in life and just doubting themselves. Because like you said, despite the fact that you thrived in GCSEs, despite that you got 3-4 A stars at A level, despite you getting into Cambridge, you're still thinking to yourself, oh, do I belong here? Do you know what I'm saying? And I guess that's what can happen if something like that occurs, man. It's really making me like think about the impact on many people in our community as well.
Yeah.
Because even if people went to normal state schools and stuff, how many people are going for this? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How many people?
And
okay.
Black people are less likely to be diagnosed.
You see what I'm saying?
ADHD as well. So.
You see what I'm saying? Man. Okay. So you're doing your 3 years in Cambridge and you recently graduated, yeah? But obviously you're becoming a medical doctor.
Yeah.
So how many years is that overall? So you actually did get your degree, like we mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Right, in psychology.
Yeah.
Like, what's the process of that? Like, why do you have to get a degree in psychology? And
Yeah. So I think other medical degree is 5 years long. In the UK, undergraduate.
Okay.
I think if you're doing graduate entry medicine, it's 4 years.
Okay.
But so my medicine course is a 5-year course, and other medical schools give you the option to intercalate into different degrees. I think different universities have different. Maybe they have less options into what you can pick or different things. Cambridge sort of let you pick as long as like if you wanted to do astrophysics, you would have had to have like a physics A level background for them to let you do it. But if you had it, they will let you do it.
Okay.
They'll just warn you it's going to be difficult.
Yeah.
So we just saw integrating psychology under the natural science tripos.
Okay.
For 1 year, and I get that degree. So in Cambridge, it's you have to intercalate. So I went into Cambridge knowing I'm going to intercalate. So I know I'm going to be here for 6 years rather than 5. Yeah.
But it's good that you are able to get that entire degree, but in 1 year, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. But why psychology then?
I don't know. I just really enjoyed the select psychology lectures as part of my neurobiology module in second year.
Okay.
I thought like just understanding human thinking, and even different like diagnoses or different things like addiction and just what goes into it, the process of it. Even some of my modules, like I did quite a range of different modules this year. Like I did understand language, my brain, why are humans the only species that have language like the way we have, or what goes into learning and brain plasticity, which actually helped my revision in learning how the human brain works, learns best and stuff like that. And I had the option to do my dissertation, which was a project I did, which was the understanding the effect of sleep on the brainstem of adults with Down syndrome. So I got the opportunity to use MRI scans.
Wow. And
I had to learn MRI analysis, different coding languages.
Wow.
So yeah, it just gave me options to just follow my interest, and that's just what I generally do.
Okay, so obviously Freedom is Capital is an economics
Yeah.
platform, right? But I always say economics is life and life is economics. So to me, economics encompasses everything. That's how I see it anyway, right? Now, I want us to talk the money side of this. Yeah. So what is this degree actually costing you? Because before we started, we did speak about the last 2 years of your medical degree not being entirely funded by student loans. Is that correct?
Yes, it will be funded by the NHS.
Okay.
Yeah.
But would the NHS basically cover all of that?
They'll cover my tuition fees.
Okay.
But the maintenance loan I get to just live daily life will be less than my student finance maintenance loan.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, in Cambridge, you're not allowed to do like part-time work and anything like that.
Yeah.
Or are you?
They frown against it. Yeah, definitely. I think some people are, but you have to ask. You have to ask, and they have to like give like reasons and stuff like that. Generally, though, college, it depends on your colleges, but my college is like if you're struggling financially, you can sort of go to them and they can make provisions for you. So,
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay, cool. But in terms of like, I guess the actual cost of going to uni in Cambridge,
Yeah.
is it the same flat fee as going to any university?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I think the difference is just in the accommodation prices.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and so that's the accommodation on basically the campus in those colleges that you choose.
Yeah. So and that varies with each college. Which,
okay.
So we'll sort of go into your decision to apply to a different college.
Yeah.
So some colleges accommodation are just more expensive than others. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now, obviously, a lot of, depending on the degree, of course, people will go into that degree saying to themselves, okay, I'm going to spend 3 or 4 years. This is what it's going to cost me in tuition fees, maintenance, everything. But the job I'm going to get, I'll be able to pay that off very quickly and stuff, yeah. Did that go into your decision-making in becoming a doctor?
No.
Okay.
Because I think I sort of done research and into basically if you're trying to be a doctor for money, not in the UK.
Yeah. yeah, of course.
Like the UK is not the place for it. So your reason has to be more than that.
Yeah.
And I think even anywhere else, even if they're paying more money, your reason for entering medicine, trying to be a doctor has to be greater than the financial value.
Yeah.
I mean, I think financial value is very important because at the end of the day, you need to live.
Yeah.
You need to support your family and do all of that. But your reason for it has to be. You can't just be that. So I'll say it. I understood going into it. My student debt is going to be higher than it than most everyone else's. But it's just something. I just really wanted to be a doctor.
Yeah.
I still really do want to be a doctor. So it's just, of course I would like there to be some more provisions for student debt for all students, especially medical students.
Yeah.
But it's something I'm just gonna have to live with. Yeah.
And junior doctors, they're now called resident doctors now, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Because if I'm not mistaken, recently they've just accepted an offer, innit? In terms of their pay and things of that nature.
Yeah.
But they've been trying to get this pay rise for years now.
Yes.
So do you feel like that's one of the reasons some people don't go into medicine though? Because even though you're saying money's not everything, right? Especially when it comes to being a doctor.
Yeah.
Like, you need to be compensated for the time you're putting in.
100%.
The long shifts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How taxing that is on your mind, your body, the time away from your family.
Yeah.
Because again, like I say on the show, freedom is capital. Freedom is your greatest asset.
Yeah.
Now, freedom is different to everybody. Right? I'm going to ask you what your definition of freedom is and what freedom looks like to you. But do you feel like, I don't know, like, do you consider that when it comes to being a doctor? Of course, your love for wanting to heal people and all that type of stuff. But you're young now, but you're not going to be young forever.
Yeah.
You're going to have a family, right? You're going to have kids. You're going to have certain things where you're going to be pulled in different directions.
Yeah.
How does that factor in to everything with regards to your freedom and how you're going to balance that and how you see the world going forward?
Yeah. I think, and you say that, and it's actually some of the reasons why people end up leaving medicine.
Yeah.
In terms of like not feeling as if they are fairly compensated for the work they put in.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially in this country. because obviously the interest is publicly funded and
Mm.
all of that. But I think it's something just you have to contend with, and it's something you and if people don't consider it before applying, I think they should. And I think the problem is in the UK we can apply from when you're 18. You start medicine when you're 18, so you sort of make that decision to be a doctor very young. So maybe not, people don't necessarily take into consideration about the long hours, the shifts, the time away from family, even the difficulties in having a family. Because your time is just so rare. But yeah, I just think I think if you decide to be the way things are currently, and we are pushing for change, you have to understand that this is gonna be your life. But people end up leaving medicine because of it, and I don't think there's any shame in it. I just think people have it's people's lives at the end of the day.
I think that's one of the main things for me. I think in most things in life, it's not necessarily whether something's right or wrong, but you understanding what goes into the different options and being informed enough to make the right option for
100%.
you. Do you know what I'm saying? So even if you're away from your family, or even choose to not have a family, right? At least you know from an informed position, that's what you chose. You know what I'm saying? And it's what works for you. So,
but I think the problem is that we shouldn't have to sign up for it. We sign up to help people.
This is it,
If that makes sense. And I also think because people are making that decision from younger age now, it's like in America, you sort of do your 4 years college experience, and then you apply to be medicine. So when you apply, you're older. You might have different priorities, different things you want out of life. So I think that's why people end up leaving medicine, especially in the UK, because when they're 18, they just want to help people, and then when they're 27, they want to start a family, and maybe not. It hasn't, the way things have worked out haven't accommodated for medicine and that.
Have you had conversations along, your journey with people who are already doctors? And maybe have faced those decisions already, and maybe seen even the difference in the type of decisions you have to make when you're a man and when you're a woman?
Yeah, 100%. I think that comes to when you're especially deciding what specialty you want to. You're into. I think you understand that. Okay, surgeons, that's a lot of work. It's a lot of time. So also I've seen it's crazy. I was in a call when I was applying for medicine, and then someone said that it was a call with other people that wanted to apply. And it was sort of like some mentoring program. But someone said, a lady said that she had been told that if you want to be a doctor and start a family, you have to do GP, to be a GP. So, which is so unfortunate. Because someone might have different aspirations from that. But then if they want this thing in life that I think everyone that is capable should have it. They have to just sacrifice this ambition.
Wow.
So which is it's a sad thing, but I think I definitely see it in the choices people make for it, because and it's so, I think it's upsetting because your option for picking what specialty you want to pick is not necessarily what you find interesting, what you think you will excel in. It's what will accommodate the life you want to live.
100%.
That makes sense.
And this is why I say the whole thing about economics, because it becomes an economics decision. You know what I'm saying? And understanding, okay, cool, these are the issues or the things I have to contend with. What are the trade-offs, and what am I prepared to give up for this thing? You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it's unfortunate because there's so many people that obviously want to fulfill their ambition, their purpose in life, but there's so many people that would be on the other end of that purpose who won't get that treatment or that healing from that person who's so passionate about wanting to help them. This might be more of a political question, but what do you think the government can do to incentivize having more doctors, number one, and number two, to kind of, I don't know, make that more of a possibility where someone can have that work-life balance?
Yeah, it's a tough one. I think the more doctors part, I think right now the problem is, I don't think the problem isn't the number of doctors, it's the number of jobs.
Okay.
So you find that the competition ratios for specialty training is high.
Okay.
So like, I think they can be high as like 70-1 for different specialties, which is crazy because then 69 people will have a job. That makes sense. But it's just what the NHS can afford. So I think firstly, there needs to be better systems in place before more money is thrown at the NHS. For it to work well. And then when the systems are more efficient and better, more money can be thrown at it to create more job opportunities. Then when you have more job opportunities, the workload of the doctors is less.
Decrease,
and they can spend more time with patients, and the quality of care will increase. The quality of life for the doctors and the satisfaction in the job will also increase. So but obviously that's very simplified and it's a very long process. The way the NHS is structured currently. But yeah, I think that's.
But still, it's an educated answer. You know what I'm saying? So Andy Burnham, I'm saying West Streeton, if you're listening, someone send this to them, because obviously they need help. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to blame those two specifically, especially Andy Burnham. It's not even the PM yet. Probably will be by next week, right? But this is a problem that the NHS has had for years now. For years, and why are things not changing? Taxes still go up, but those things where I guess every single person has a particular need is not changing. I think this is why more and more people are going private as well. Again, not to take this into politics, but do you foresee yourself maybe going into the private sector?
Not currently.
Okay.
No. But I don't know, things might change. But I think the private sector in the UK is still, it's not as glitz and glamour as
as people say, or like it's in America.
I think like even in the UK, I think sometimes if listen, I don't know everything. But I just thought from what I've heard, like sometimes if a woman is giving birth and they might not have enough resources in private, they might still go to the NHS hospitals
Oh wow.
I
never thought it went that direction.
Because I think things are just not as established in the private sector as people say. But I think, but I mean, it's different option. Different option that exists. But as of right now, it's just not. I haven't really. It's not my goal. I mean,
Okay, so thinking ahead now. Again, freedom is capital. Freedom is your greatest asset. At some point, my argument is from day dot, from as soon as a parent can get their child's birth certificate, they should open up a junior ISA, right? That's my philosophy, right? But this is all in aid, essentially, of investing in things that grow in value, so that you can buy back your freedom. Because we pretty much trade it every single day with the things that we find ourselves obligated to, our work, the main thing, right? Investing. Have you thought about investing? So I'm not saying obviously get to the point where you can buy your freedom back and then retire from being a doctor, right? The people need you, right? But I'm saying, have you thought that far ahead now? Because you're 21 now, right?
I'm 21 next week.
Wow. So I'm saying 21 next week. Have you thought about investing?
Yeah.
Okay, so do you invest?
I mean, I use Vanguard to invest, but I just sort of give money to Vanguard and they sort of more money in different places. But I just do that monthly. That's sort of the little thing I do right now. And I have like a ISA. Account.
Stocks and shares ISA.
Stocks and shares ISA. I just put money in when I can. But
So what is it like an index fund, or is it more so like a group of different funds and Vanguard literally just handles it for you? Or did you choose a specific fund that you invest in?
So a group of different funds Vanguard because I think when I started, I didn't know.
You didn't know, yeah.
I just knew like people are talking about investing, and
Mhm.
like some of my friends from different backgrounds, like they already investing. So I just thought, yeah, this is the easiest way for me to get in.
Mm.
Yeah.
I like that you just said friends from different backgrounds.
Yeah.
What backgrounds are these where people are investing? And did you see much more of that in Cambridge?
Yeah. I
Okay.
definitely much more in Cambridge. I think people were just more educated around money.
Yeah.
Not that my family weren't, but
Mhm.
like you said, you said, talking about junior ISAs, like my family weren't, like when we came to this country, there was no like,
Yeah, exactly.
there was no time to or resources to have to invest. So I really, I need to come from a background where there was like spare money to like
of course,
invest. If that makes sense.
100%.
So yeah, it wasn't like something that was focused on until quite recently in my family.
Okay.
But yeah.
So have you got your family basically to invest, your mum and dad and everything?
I think when I was first starting first year, because when I was getting student finance and stuff, my dad would just tell me. That's what my first time my dad ever mentioned anything about investing to me. So yeah.
That's good though. I remember one time, the first time I ever heard about this, I had an uncle in my Sunday school. Big up Uncle Babatunde. And he said to everybody, listen, I want everyone to open up. What was it? I think it was it might have been the equivalent of like a LISA, like a lifetime ISA, something like that. And he said, guys, please pay attention, open it up. I'll give you the first £20.
Yeah.
So that was him just saying to us who have never heard this from our parents.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to start you on that journey. And I think that's the importance of having people around who know certain things and tell you from early.
Yeah.
From early. I say on the channel that, because obviously being aware of, like you said earlier, like your parents being in maybe a certain financial status or economic status, you know, us being working class and all that type of stuff. We don't always have the excess resources.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I personally say we need to treat investing like it's a bill.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's taken out regardless, yeah?
Yeah.
You have to pay ourselves first. But I also say to people, if you can tighten your belt, the child benefit that all of us are pretty much entitled to, of course, depending on your income and stuff, but most people are entitled to a child benefit. Invest that child benefit. Because if you invest that child benefit, which is about, I think it's like £27 a week now for your first child, right? Over the course of 18 years, especially if you're factoring, let's just say between a 10% annual return, which is basically the average from the stock market. Yes, it's pretty much the S&P, right? But 10%, 7%, if you want to factor inflation, you could get near enough to 70K by the time you're 18.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like, look at the difference that would make.
Yeah.
Especially when we're talking about funding. You know what I'm saying? If you left that now to when you're 21, almost 100K. Imagine leaving university at 21 and you've got 100K right there.
That'd have been fantastic.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it makes such a difference. You know what I'm saying? And that's literally just the child benefit that a parent would be giving up. I'm not saying, obviously, we don't need it, because obviously it's there because people need it, right? But if it's something that we can kind of do without, you know what I'm saying, I encourage every parent from now, because at least that way you're not even having to dip into your own income. It's just something that you kind of expect along the way. Obviously, we have to wrap up soon, but I do want to ask you to kind of, to talk about your highest point at Cambridge. What was the best time for you in Cambridge?
I think academically it's definitely the end of second year, because the end of first year did not go well academically. But after having got my ADHD diagnosis and then made changes, and so as I saw a better outcome, and I did anything excellent, but I passed strongly at the end of second year. And I just thought, in contrast to end of first year feeling like I wasn't smart enough to be in Cambridge, I felt like I belong in Cambridge. So I think that was I think that was definitely my highest point
Yeah.
academically. And then obviously,
Yeah.
socially, just
Of course, you have to have that balance, man.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Do you feel like that's just how Cambridge is? Like somehow inbuilt in how strenuous and how heavy the workload is, it forms people. Like it has that transformative power to make you come out of Cambridge a completely different person that can kind of take on anything in the world. Do you feel like that's part of the curriculum almost?
Yeah. It definitely feels like it. I think people that make it out definitely, it definitely like there's a different level of work ethic
And confidence.
as well that people that graduate from Oxford and Cambridge have.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
I'm speaking very generally, but compared to others, I think that's even reflected in like employers recognize it. Like they know that if they're getting a Cambridge graduate, they're getting someone that's hardworking.
This is it.
Because that's what's required to graduate.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if many of universities like have courses or like that require that much that are that intense. So if you're able to make it out of it, it definitely changes something in you that will help you for life, set you up for life.
Now, obviously, you said earlier that you never even considered Cambridge because you had no one around you that looked like you from your background that kind of went to Cambridge and kind of reported back almost, right?
Yeah.
You're there, right? Obviously, you got your degree, but you're going to be there for another 3 years, right, to finish your degree in medicine.
Yeah.
What would you say to a young black boy, young black girl that's watching right now? You know what I'm saying? Or a parent that's watching right now that maybe has that ambition for their child to prepare them for Cambridge. What would you say?
To prepare them for Cambridge, I would say build a habit of working hard. Obviously, working hard will look differently for different people, but I think if you have that internal expectation of yourself that you're going to work hard in everything you do, and where like no matter how menial what you're doing is, you're going to do it to the best of your ability. If you have that attitude from early, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
You be because in everything you do, like my dad always used to tell me, like whatever you find yourself doing, do it to the max. And put your all into it. So you could be cleaning to being a president, whatever you're doing. Do everything you're doing to the max of your capacity. And then you get that freedom you're talking about. That's what I
love that, man. I love that. And in terms of you being a young black boy as well, you know what I'm saying, were there any things that maybe you had preconceived notions about in Cambridge that you pretty much disabused of? You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, okay, cool, I thought this before. When I got there, it actually wasn't like that. You know what I'm saying? Especially from the perspective of being black.
Yeah. I would say they're just the type of people that are in Cambridge.
Okay.
So like I said, I didn't necessarily see it as an option because I didn't see anyone that was similar. I didn't see anyone that was similar to me around me that made it into Cambridge or made it to Oxford. So I feel like I had the expectation of a different type of person or a different type of black person that excels in these spaces. But obviously getting there, you see, and it's a testament to the people that have come before me, breaking those boundaries. Because when I got there, yes, there isn't that many, but there are some people that are from similar areas to me that look like me. They have locks as well. They grew up in the same culture that I did. They use slang. Not speaking uppity. That makes sense. So seeing that, it was definitely it made such a foreign environment feel more like home. And I just feel like it taught me that even if it taught me that I'm just not gonna think like that ever again. I'm just not gonna think that, or like someone like me doesn't belong because I make the space for myself.
I love that.
But yeah.
I love that, man. Okay, so since this is Freedom is Capital, I do want to ask you, What does freedom look like to you? And how would you define, from your perspective, what freedom as capital means to you?
Freedom to me is bountiful or infinite choices. So there's not limited in what you can do.
Yeah.
So if that relates to, academically, it means that doing the best you can in all of your exams or anything. So you have the option of doing what you want to do.
Yeah.
So for example, someone that got all 9s can pick any A levels they want.
There you go. Yeah.
That makes sense. If you got 9s in certain subjects or like 7s or 4s in different subjects, you have less options in what you're available to do.
Yeah.
And I think you get the best of someone when their choices aren't dictated by their limitations. Their choices are dictated by what interests them and what they're passionate.
Yeah.
So that excelling grants you that freedom to do what you're passionate in and excel even more. So I think that's what freedom is to me. So I think that's the capital you're talking about when it comes to you having you being the owner of your own destiny. If that makes sense.
That's exactly it. That's exactly it. Capital is anything you can deploy into something to expect a return. Yeah. And like you said, if you've got infinite choice, you can decide anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're not limited or restricted or inhibited by, I don't know, the past or by funds or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, to be able to do something of your own volition is priceless.
Yeah.
It's priceless. And I
think the best outcomes from that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Bro, it's been an absolute pleasure you joining us here on Freedom is Capital. Where can the people find you, man?
Yeah, I think I'm on Instagram, Nims_7, the N1MZ_7, and on TikTok, Nimzinho. So that's NIMZINHO.
Come on. Yes. Follow Nimi, man. Obviously, you're going to see the journey. Yeah. You're going to see him dressed up in his regalia, I'm saying, with his degree and everything, you know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, again, those 3 years just went by so quick. You know what I'm saying? So I remember when I messaged you saying, wait a minute, is this AI? You know what I'm saying? Because, well, have you got a degree already? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But yeah, just thinking back, that 3 years really does fly by. And it's 3 years you can't get back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's also a reminder to everyone who's listening as well, that make sure the time that you have is put into the best things.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So there's a lot that you can say and show for that time.
Yeah.
You've made that decision, put in the hard work, and now you could be like, okay, cool, this is my degree from Cambridge. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to continue for another 3 years, another degree, medicine. And if I'm not mistaken, you guys get an honorary master's degree as well.
Yeah.
So 3 different degrees from Cambridge. You know what I'm saying? That's the black excellence that I just want people to see. You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, there's so many of us who just won't even conceive of particular things because they've never seen somebody that looks like them doing it.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I want you to understand how much of a role model you are. You know what I'm saying? And just a figure and a beacon for people. You know what I'm saying? That are growing up today. You know what I'm saying? So again, I appreciate you coming on the show. It's been an absolute pleasure. Guys, please tune in. If you haven't subscribed as well to the channel, so many more interviews as well. And always remember, economics is life and life is economics. We'll see you guys in the next one. Freedom is capital. Peace. Guys, before I go, if you're interested in teaching your kids how to be financially literate, if you want to raise them to be millionaires, if you want to equip them with the tools that's necessary to buy their freedom back, please watch this video here. If you're new to life insurance and you want to know everything to do with life insurance, I've got an amazing interview with Ayo Noble. Please watch that here.